A trip to the grocery store filled with choices, and food makers are ready to help you, or maybe not.
The consumer guy, Steve Noviello, says, skip the bold print. Yeah, you're going to have to look a little bit more closely at the rest of the label. He's back from his trip to the store. Steve, good morning.
Good morning to you guys both. Yeah, you know, so many of us go through the aisles and we're kind of bombarded with all of these really bold print messages from product makers that pretty much say, hey, buy this. But we did a little bit of digging on our recent trip to the grocery store and found some interesting stuff. Starting with this right here, a lot of folks getting ready for that summer slim down, and maybe this sounds like a good option. These 90-calorie ice cream bars from Twix. Nice, cool treat. But here's the label, okay? These are so small, and it's so unlikely that you will eat just one, that the serving size is actually 4. That's not 90 calories. That's 360 calories per serving. In fact, for that many calories, you could have yourself a full-throttle Häagen-Dazs bar and still be 100 calories ahead of the game.
And those are good.
At the end of the day. Those are good, right? All right, take a look at this right here. Everybody knows that more whole grains in your diet should be better for you, right? So the folks at Kraft say, no problem. We've got whole grain mac and cheese. That's what the bold print says, but if you look really closely, it actually says made with 50% whole grain, which, by the way, also means 50% not whole grain. And if you take a look at the labels side by side, check out the video we have for you. When we compare the whole grain healthy option to the original version, not only do you get 50% whole grains, but you also get increased saturated fat, increased sodium, increased carbs, and less protein in the product that we're supposed to think is better for us. Talk about Hershey's syrup, personal favorite on top of ice cream, really good stuff, but maybe you don't want all the calories and the sugar from it. So Hershey's now has a light version, 50% less sugar, less carbs, less calories, and all of those things are true. But you have to look at the overall health picture here. Take a look at the video we have for you of a tight shot of the two labels and look at the sodium count on the light version. Almost 5 times as much sodium on the light side as in the original. Let's talk about this, what is actually in these fruit roll-ups. Here's the deal. Real fruit is what the label says. Strawberry crazed fruit roll-up. So let me ask you this, guys. What is the one ingredient you would expect to be on the list for this box of fruit roll-ups?
Strawberries.
Strawberries, of course, but take a look at the fine print we've got for you. And we've got pears from concentrate, corn syrup, dried corn syrup, sugar, partially hydrogenated cottonseed oil. What I do not see on this ingredients list anywhere for real fruit strawberry fruit roll-ups is strawberries.
It's got the red 40 in it.
It does have red 40, which is delicious, by the way. Take a look at this. This always makes me laugh at the store. I think it's genius marketing. Arm & Hammer is boasting 50% more ounces in their bottle of detergent. That sounds like a really good value, right? But look at the fine print. It actually says 50% more ounces versus a 100-ounce detergent. Yes, this bottle holds 150 ounces of detergent. And yes, that is 50% more than a smaller bottle of detergent. That's all this says, folks. That's all this says. It does not say that that's actually a better value for you. And speaking of value, take a look over here. This deodorant from Right Guard, bonus 15% more. That sounds like maybe that's the one you should buy because we're led to believe that that 15% is actually coming to us for free. But take a look at the shelf label here, and we compare side by side the larger 15% more 3-ounce stick of deodorant versus 2 slightly smaller sticks. And at the end of the day, it's actually cheaper to buy the twin pack of smaller sticks. The price per ounce is cheaper. You're actually getting a better value by skipping the bonus.
Think critically. It's a skill we don't teach very well in schools these days.
There you go.
Yep. Thanks, Steve.
You got it.